Hey everyone, welcome back to our series on C.S. Lewis' book Mere Christianity. In this video, we'll be exploring the final chapter of Part 3, Hope. Did you know that hope is a crucial aspect of the Christian faith? As Lewis explains, hope is not simply wishing for something to happen or expecting things to turn out in our favor. Rather, it is a deep-seated trust in God and His promises, even in the midst of difficult circumstances. In this chapter, Lewis discusses the importance of hope in the Christian life, how it differs from mere optimism, and how it can sustain us even in the darkest of times. He argues that hope is not just a feeling, but a theological virtue that is necessary for our spiritual growth and well-being. One of the key examples Lewis uses in this chapter is the idea of waiting for a train. We may become anxious or nervous as we wait for the train, but we trust that it will arrive on time and take us to our destination. In the same way, Christian hope is a confident trust in God's promises, even when we can't see the outcome. Lewis also emphasizes the importance of our ultimate hope, which is the hope of eternal life with God. This hope can give us strength and courage to face the challenges of this life, knowing that we have a greater purpose and destiny beyond this world. So, if you're struggling with uncertainty or doubt, remember that hope is not just a vague feeling, but a deep-seated trust in God's goodness and faithfulness. Even in the midst of darkness, we can cling to the hope that one day we will see God face to face and experience the fullness of His love. As Christians, our hope is rooted in God and His promises. It is not a mere wishful thinking, but a confident expectation of something that we know will come to pass. Lewis writes, hope is one of the theological virtues. This means that a continual looking forward to the eternal world is not, as some modern people think, a form of escapism or wishful thinking, but one of the things a Christian is meant to do. Lewis also discusses how our hope in the future should impact our present behavior. We should not become complacent or idle, but rather, we should work towards the betterment of the world around us. He writes, if you read history you will find that the Christians who did most for the present world were precisely those who thought most of the next. Here are a few more quotes from Chapter 10 on hope. Aim at heaven and you will get earth thrown in. Aim at earth and you will get neither. Most of us find it very difficult to want heaven at all, except in so far as heaven means meeting again our friends who have died. In the long run, the answer to all those who object to the doctrine of hell is itself a question. What are you asking God to do? Lewis concludes this chapter by discussing the importance of acknowledging our ultimate destiny and living with that perspective in mind. He writes, in God you come up against something which is in every respect immeasurably superior to yourself. Unless you know God as that, and, therefore, know yourself as nothing in comparison, you do not know God at all. As long as you are proud you cannot know God, page 154. Reflective questions. Why is it important for Christians to have hope in the eternal world? Pause the video, and think about the first question. My thought is that, our hope in the eternal world gives us a sense of purpose and direction in the present. It also helps us to persevere through difficult times and to resist the temptation to become complacent or hopeless. How can we balance our focus on the eternal world with our responsibility to make a positive impact on the present world? Pause the video, and think about the second question. I think, we can work towards the betterment of the world around us while keeping in mind that our ultimate hope is in God and His promises. We should not become so focused on the present that we lose sight of the eternal, nor should we become so focused on the eternal that we neglect our responsibilities in the present. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Christian hope in Chapter 10 of Mere Christianity. Remember, hope is not just a feeling or a wishful thinking, but a confident expectation of something that we know will come to pass. It is our anchor in the storms of life, and our motivation to work towards a better future. Share your thoughts, and thanks for watching. Till next time, be blessed.